Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity, and welcome to the maiden voyage of the Liberation Podcast by Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. And tonight I want to talk about liberation, and I really want to start this out in a fundamental way because I want to start out where I began my voyage in here and the way things have went for me in my life. I started this voyage in 1997 in Portland, Oregon. I got into a home-based business, and the home-based business didn't do well. But one thing they really emphasized in that home-based business was personal growth and expansion and sovereign expansion. So I was going through this, and I just began it, and I got on the calls for personal growth and mindset and all that. And I become very enamored by it. And I really opened up, and it was like being at a buffet of brilliance for me to move forward. So I really began my life expanding voyage into myself. You voyage into yourself, journey into the world. And as I was starting to discover, I got into the think, no, change, all this, and I really got to going on it. But something I discovered, I was doing everything the books I bought and everything somebody says, but yet I was stalling out in the same place. So I never slowed down. I just really kept moving forward in every way I could. But then I realized I would do what they say, I'd change the words, and I'd do this, but I stayed the same. I wrote a book, Wired for Change by a Journeyman, in 2001. And the word change, there's something I really opened up to. The word change has subconscious representations from the past and previous events. And we had to change by moving and leaving friends behind and stuff like that. So there's a lot of subconscious frozen in time representations with change. But I still just kept going, buying the books, doing the things. I moved forward every day. I just kept going in 2009. I began a radio show, but I discovered the word expand over change. And that's expanded too, because I don't use the EXPAND anymore. I use the XPAND, which it brings it to now. And I started to witness my life moving forward. And I was really letting go of a lot of stuff. But I really kept expanding. But what expand does, it opens up a curiosity within you. And it's really the subconscious curiosity that you really want to expand of, and you become curious about yourself, and you really start exploring your inner self. And then I just kept going. And then I went to hypnotherapy school in 2006 and 7 in Sedona, and that awakened me more. But yet I'm one of the type of people, I can't just do a class, and if I'm not there in the right way myself, I cannot take it to the public until I can expand people and show people that I've expanded and really energize my way of life. So then I just kept discovering, and open-ended questions are the way to go. I've become the debonair questionnaire of my inner flare to feel the love, appreciation, invigorating, revolutionary wisdom to flow. Then I discovered energize, enterprise, and experience. And that really began to open me up to a better way. And it really started opening me up to letting go of the past. And then about 2012, I discovered I didn't ever have a past. I've lived a continuous now, and now I understand now is forever. Because everything happens here. You can color it and paint it far out as you want, but it's all going to occur right here. not happen, occur. And that's when I really began to get into the liberation of me from me. And that is the simplest thing to say. All the self-help, personal growth, self-improvement you desire to do, sovereign expansion allowed me to say, I liberate me from me. I disconnected self-help, personal growth, and self-improvement from my life because that is what other people viewpoint and think you should do. Sovereign expansion is sovereign discovery of your own autonomic audacity and adventurer's lure to be curious and an adventurer within you. And as I kept going through this, I just kept opening up and opening up. And then about 2 months ago, I opened up to understand the outside world has done zero to me. There's events, but they're inside me, and I experienced them. But the outside world is really innocent. I embedded them that way, and the outside world has done zero to me. My subconscious mind, in the way I did it, was my insecurity, immaturity, and selfishness. There's no simpler way to say it. That is what controlled me. And then I had an anger issue because I reacted to life just the way my parents did. And that's fine. That's the way they did it. But we're here to expand out of that. And your parents show you the good, and they show you where to expand. And everything you dislike in yourself about the outside world, you think it's done that? You've done it to yourself. Because we have a subconscious mind that has frozen in time representations all the way back to our ancestors, because I got my subconscious mind programming from my parents. They got it from theirs. It goes all the way back to ancestral times, probably clear back to prehistoric. But what I'm really saying is I've gotten to the now, and I really want to show people it's okay to have all that stuff inside you, but it's okay for you to get rid of it. Give yourself permission to experience the now. This is something I've really expanded into. Give yourself permission. Give your subconscious mind permission to let go and discharge. I use the word discharge, but see, this is the thing about sovereign expansion. It's individualized wise to let go, do whatever you want. But I discovered for myself that everything I had before I started this, I've let go of all that. And I let go of all the words. I let go of change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, think, know, learn. And a whole bunch of other stuff that I've let go of. Because to get to the now, it's all pristine, fresh foresight. And everything you learned in school is what somebody else wanted you to know. And everything in them school books is what somebody else wanted you to know and wanted the teachers to know. And if you look at the school system and you look at life, we have been taught from the past. And with all the representations from our ancestors in our subconscious mind, we still live the past. And that's why it's easier to try to heal the past, because it's a comfort zone. But to liberate the now is garden fresh dirt for you to dream, invigorate, and revolutionize today. And that is where I really want to get to. That's where I really want to show people you got to go through the life. You got to go through life to get the wisdom. And this is kind of an unsavory thing away, but you got to go through the messes of life to magically expand your sovereign self-worth. And that's the thing. And everything in life is an invitation and a gift to expand us of our dreams. We never in the dream, of the dream, of and above as you float around and be the manipulator of your dreams. And something else this is something I had to do, is I had to unmanipulate the institutionalized education, the societized daily lives, and corporate trained brains, and the media's mind-boggling BS. When you start understanding and rise above it and get above it and look at it, you'll witness that. Liberation is about the liminal imagination, boldly expanding, revolutionary, adventurous, trend-setting, innovative, optimistic, nirvana today. You are unique with unique talents. And that is where something I've really expanded into. You got to appreciate your life, appreciate your parents, appreciate everybody. That gives you the value of every situation. And when you start appreciating the value of you, your audacity, courage, and valor rise and shine like the sun on a warm summer's day with all the flowers in full bloom. If you really want to open up to understand, you are unique with a magical mystique to experience your life your way. And that's something I've done. And something else I've done, I stopped reading punctuated books in personal growth, self-help, and self-improvement. Because punctuation has a subconscious representation, and we were taught in school to learn what the author wanted you to do, and to know what the author wanted you to do, and to think like the author, because we had tests, history, English, math, all them tests, and we had to learn it. Everything you learned in school is a subconscious representation today, good, bad, or indifferent. And that is up to you. And see, that's the thing. We've all done that. We've all embedded everything you can think of. And the womb, to 5 years old, your subconscious controlled your life. So everything that was happened between your parents from the womb to 5 years old, however they got along, however they spoke, that's your subconscious mind. And after 12, you start getting into the analytics mind. But here's the thing. Everything is there. And as the conscious mind can do 40 things a second or something like that, subconscious can do like 40 million. So there's so much that goes in there into the subconscious that we're clueless about, but it's also a comfort zone. The subconscious is to keep you safe. So if trauma and drama is the way you react to life, the subconscious thinks that's safe. And if you're calm, cool, and collected, that's what the subconscious thinks you're safe. And I could get wound up like a race car motor until about a year and a half ago. I'm 67. I didn't really realize when I was younger I was going to live this long. Trust me, they had bets on that. But anyway, you gotta laugh at the gaffes, and that's just the way it is. And you know, as I'm going through this, there's things I did in my childhood and stuff that comes out today. And what happened just the other morning, you know, when you're going through relationships, I was a control freak. I didn't realize it. I thought I was pretty easy going. Nah, I wasn't. I was a control freak. And then when somebody said something like when a relationship or something, I would egotistically hear it. So I'd shape it and mold it and bend it into my way. And then when the relationship split, I'd get all mad at them. Well, the thing is, I didn't listen for their way they wanted to express it. I didn't listen to their way of expressing it. So all heartbreak is egotistical hearing and never listening for what the other person wanted. And I saw everybody wants to know what mastery is. To me, mastery is listening, and it's that simple. You know, this is something I've said, and I'll say it again. Listening strolls you to the elevator to ride to the penthouse. Talking walks you straight to the outhouse. And man, I've done that so many times, I wore the ground out. That's the thing. Mastery is listening. Innovation over create. Innovation, I feel here. I use words that are here, and that's me. Discover your own way that expands you. Don't follow everybody else's words. You know, I watch a lot of the personal growth, self-help, and all this, and they say, oh, the world is a challenge. The world isn't a challenge. The challenge is us understanding that everything is happening in the world is an awakening, and it's a universe and the spirit and all the invisible stuff asking us to expand out of our ancestors' survival mode goads of gunk. And that's the thing. Everything that's controversy, adversity, chaos, challenge, them are invitations for you to awaken your trendsetter tenacity to expand through it. Something I picked up for me is everything that life was hard. Life's hard when you try to think and know your way through life. But when you relax, listen for the clarity of the situation and ask this question: where is the wisdom? Not the knowledge, not this. Knowledge is the books. Wisdom is the dirt, is the mess of the experience. And that's the thing. We've got too much knowledge and we lack the wisdom. And that's like when we was coming across, when the pioneers were coming across, our forefathers and mothers were coming across, they all were involved in the everyday physical activity. And I'm not saying it has to be physical, but they was in the mud and the muck to shuck the rat-a-tat crap. And that's the thing. Adversity, controversy is just muck to shuck. Opening our savvy hellraisers, utopian celebration, kinetically expanding through life. It's really about you letting go of your contentment zone and thinking life is convenient. Life isn't convenient unless you want to just sit on the couch. But if you really want to get out and expand and experience your life, you're going to let go of a lot of things and discharge the world owes you something. That's something I've expanded into. Zero people, zero anything owe me anything. It's up to me to listen for the clarity of every situation, every event, and every experience, and the landscape of my daily life to comprehend the wisdom that is being expressed to me. That is what it's open for me to do. You know, waiting for somebody to do it or thinking you're owed is you letting life steal your dreams. We're here to raise us out of our ancestors' anchors. And if you really pay attention to the landscape of the world, the way our ancestors lived, we're doing it today. To me. And I pay attention to a lot of the world events. We have a war college, but we never understand peace and prosperity. And poverty consciousness comes all the way back from our ancestors, probably all the way back to prehistoric times, because our subconscious mind goes there. The frozen in time representation. The sooner you admit, it's up to you, the sooner you admit. And liberation is to stop healing the past and liberate the now, because the now is all there is. Now, we've lived a continuous now. Now is forever, opening your conscious clarity, unleashing your rabble-rousing savvy to listen for the outcomes of your desired life. Thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity. This is the Liberation Podcast. And I will do a few myself, then I'm going to be open to guests. My website is mycowboywisdom.com. My email is robert@mycowboywisdom.com. My phone number is 702-755-9410. And this is about Cowboy wisdom, hypno acuity quiets the mind with sovereign expansion, liberation, redneck wisdom, innovation, and inspiration. Thank you and good night.